Yo, so Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are suing Palworld. Now, I am no lawyer, nor will I pretend to be like half of the buffoons on the internet, but I have been covering everything to do with Pocket Pair for a long time, long before Palworld was ever a thing. So because of this, I want to share my uneducated opinion and of course keep my community informed. So yes, Nintendo is suing Palworld. However, it's not for the reasons that you may think. There was a lot of criticism, especially in the early days of Palworld, of some of the designs being far too similar to some of Pokemon's designs. Now, I'm a fan of Palworld, but even I could admit some of the designs are very similar. But that is not what this lawsuit is about. The lawsuit is actually an infringement on patents. Now, if you're not sure what a patent is, it's a government authority or license conferring a right or title for a set period of time, especially the sole right to exclude others from making, using, or selling an invention. So essentially, Nintendo and Pokemon, which is basically the same thing, are suing Pocket Pair for making and using some of Pokemon's patented creations in Palworld. Now, we don't know the exact things they're suing for, but it is not copyright. So it has nothing to do with designs of Pals being too similar to some of Pokemon's designs, but at least it's not that at this moment. It is more down the line of throwing a ball to capture a monster or throwing a ball to release a monster to fight or something along those lines. So the official release says this: Nintendo, together with the Pokemon Company, filed a patent infringement lawsuit in the Tokyo District Court against Pocket Pair Incorporated on September 18th, 2024. This lawsuit seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. Nintendo will continue to take necessary actions against any infringement of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect the intellectual properties it has worked hard to establish over the years. So multiple patent rights have apparently been infringed, but we have yet to get any specifics of what those multiple might be. Since this coming out, Pocket Pair did respond. Regarding the lawsuit, yesterday a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. So even Pocket Pair doesn't know what they did wrong. Pocket Pair is a small indie company based in Tokyo. Our goal as a company has always been to create fun games. We will continue to pursue this goal because we know that our games bring joy to millions of gamers around the world. Palworld was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard to make it even better for our fans. We will continue improving Palworld and strive to create a game that our fans can be proud of. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused. As always, thank you for your continued support of Palworld and Pocket Pair. So a pretty powerful statement from Pocket Pair there, especially when they said, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. Now that's a zinger. So what are my thoughts on this? Now I can't exactly speak on specifics because we do not have the specific details, but what I can speak on is patents within the video game industry is the dumbest thing ever. Copyright, I think, is 100% fine. It's only fair to protect the general image of your game or brand or whatever it may be, such as not allowing Pikachu to be put into Grand Theft Auto. That all makes sense, and I don't think anybody is arguing against that. But let's assume here that it is throwing a ball to capture a monster, mounting or dismounting monsters, storing monsters inside a computer, whatever it may be out of the thousands of speculations I've seen all over the internet. That's where I draw the line on just being dumb. Games have built upon each other's ideas for years. There isn't a single game out there that didn't take inspiration from another game, Pokemon included. And the issue is, so many other games have used these previously mentioned features in their games and Nintendo didn't sue. Wanna know why? Because they weren't as much of a threat as Palworld. I mean, even Pocket Pair have used this system before in Craftopia, and that was developed 4 years ago. The creature collecting genre is huge and has been for a very long time. So it is extremely sad to see the attempt to gatekeep and quite frankly kill that genre. And I'm not saying this as some kind of Pokemon hater. I was a Pokemon fan long before Pocket Pair was even founded back in 2015. But honestly, the Pokemon games become very similar to games like FIFA and Madden, where it's the same thing every year with different paint. And that's because it works for them, but it got old. I also don't even own any Nintendo products anymore, but I absolutely would have brought a Switch if they had made something even remotely close to Palworld. Anybody who grew up with Pokemon wanted that big open world game with 3D graphics and for Pokemon to keep up with the times. You know, like they tried with this abysmal attempt, but they had no reason to because the hardcore devoted fans will eat up whatever crap they release. Same as fans of Call of Duty and NBA and FIFA and Madden. Now, do I think Pokemon needs to change? No. Why would you if you have such a devoted fan base just ready to throw money at you? And anybody who went off the games don't care anymore. I couldn't even tell you what the last 3 Pokemon games were called. But trying to stop any games development company from taking inspiration and trying to approve on that game type is just wrong. And the thing is, even if you're a Pokemon fan, you shouldn't want this. You should want Pokemon to have competition. It's not your company, it's just your money. Why would you not want your favorite game to be the best it can be? Nintendo winning this lawsuit is extremely bad for indie developers, the creature collecting genre, and games development as a whole. Now, I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate from the Pokemon community for this, but honestly, get over it. I was a Pokemon fan before most of you were born. I was watching Pokemon and grinding Pokemon Blue while you were playing with blocks. But this is games development, and I don't care what company is behind the game. Patents in video games are dumb and should not be allowed. But I rest my case. We just have to see what comes of this. I personally think it will end in some kind of settlement, but I will absolutely be standing with Pocket Pair the whole way through. Now, I'll do my best to keep everybody informed as any more news may come out, but I do think this will just go on for an extremely long time and we'll just be eagerly waiting. Now, I just want to reiterate, I'm not a lawyer, I do not have any inside information or anything like that. I'm simply giving my opinion on this situation. Pocket Pair is a great company. Palworld is a great game. Patents in video games are bad and Nintendo can suck a lemon. But let me know what you think of this whole situation. I do not care about your Pokemon fanboyism. Quite frankly, this is bigger than these 2 companies. But please do drop a like and subscribe, join the Caztecx Discord, all the links are down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!